G'day, that's Slot Car Guy here, and welcome back to another slot car review. But I've actually gone a slot truck today, and this thing in front of me is absolutely wicked. It is a beast of a slot truck, and of course it is Carrera. I did purchase this from Metro Hobbies here in Melbourne, Australia, but this is the Truckster Conventional. If I had to dream up a truck, this would be it. Take a look at it. But of course, as always, we're going to do a full unboxing, a teardown, and this will go around my truck. But if you're thinking, Trav, why have you chosen a truck? Well, check out these clips because this is going to get us pumped and ready for this review. So let's take a close look at the packaging for this incredible Truckster. I absolutely think this model looks epic. Now, if you are new to Carrera, the blue base indicates that this is a digital 1/32 scale. So yes, it will work on your analog and your digital setup. But what I do like about the Carrera packages is that rear sticker is mirrored, so you can see the other side of the vehicle. So let's check out the back and then we'll get stuck into the unboxing. And of course, around to the back, we have a little window which has some goodies. It's normally got some braid guide, and if there's any wing mirrors, it's normally in there. Of course, there is always a warning, the 2/30 for this car or this truck you cannot use. And of course, Zimbler is our importer here in Australia. So a very nice looking package. They are quite big, but they stack very well. So let's get stuck into the livery. So before we take a look at this absolute stunning beast of a truck, what else do you get in the box? Well, you get this little bag of goodies, of course, instructions. We've got some spare braid, a guide, and also a side mirror. But let's go back to this beast and take a look at that. Now, color choice, I think this is bang on. It's a very light, high metallic blue with the white pinstriping. I think that looks incredible. But let's have a closer look at these incredible rims. And yes, this is a 6-wheeler. Chrome insert with the red touches to the rim. Let's move down to the fuel tank, which is very, very high chrome, very reflective. You might even catch the camera in it, and down to obviously the rear 2 wheels, which are the same rim. Looks incredible. Some nice little Carrera sponsorship right there, and of course we've got, looks like it's Nova spark plugs or similar, and the truck is number 6, and we can't go past those 2 exhaust pipes that are stacked at the rear, but we will take a close look at the top of this truck. So let's have a look at the front, we'll go to the rear, and then we'll check out the top of this truck. So let's take a closer look at the front of this beast, and I tell you what, if this was sitting behind me, I'll be definitely moving out the way. I think Carrera have really given this an aggressive look. It looks powerful, it looks big, it looks strong. But let's take a close look at the front splitter. We do have a nice big gap in the center with 2 air holes down the side, and there's some nice blacked out sections on the front of that front spoiler. Looks really, really good. Of course, we've got the Nova signage again to that big chrome grille, which looks incredible. Working our way down to the side guards, and I will take a peek around the corner. Take a look at that. And of course, some more Carrera signage. Looks incredible. Let's go into the front window. There's our driver. He's got a cage beside him, looks like a half cage behind him, and it's a flooded cockpit. And I'll see if I can get a quick look at the cockpit. We have a fire extinguisher, and it appears that he's been cut off out around about the belly. And let's just have a quick sneaky peek at that rear spoiler. But let's go around the back and check out the back of this absolute weapon of a truck. So let's take a closer look at the rear of this absolute beast, and that rear spoiler is epic. It is probably the biggest rear spoiler I've ever seen, but it gives this truck that real aggressive stance. And also, I love the design of this rear bumper, which I think complements the rear spoiler. It is big, it is epic, but it's a nice design. I like the cutout in the center, revealing the rear of the truck. You got some brake lights there, but just the design or the livery on the rear looks really, really good. The 2 pinstripes, the thin and the thicker one, looks really, really good. Now, just around to the side, of course, we've got the Carrera signage, but take a look at that. It looks good, it's aggressive, big black supports. I absolutely love it. Hat off to Carrera for a really, really cool design. So let's check a bird's eye view, then we'll do a teardown and get stuck into the hot laps. So let's do a quick flyover from above of this beast because there's some design elements I do want to point out, and those rear twin fans I think look absolutely epic, and it just finishes that rear end off nicely with those 2 silver clips, which shows that the rear has been held on. Now let's talk epic. Look at these gas tanks chromed out to the max, and of course Carrera have added the chrome fillers on top and what appears to be some chrome strapping to hold the gas tanks in place. But look at that, 8 sets of tyres on the rear, so I'm hoping this thing has got some grip, but I tell you what, that is kind of epic. And if we're talking livery, around to the rear of the truck itself, we've got some more Nova logos, and of course the pinstriping follows all the way around. Rightio, the time has come, so let's tear this beast down, and then of course we're going to take this for some hot laps around my track. So I've completed the teardown, 3 screws only, which I was very surprised because this is a beast of a slot truck and it was very, very simple to tear down. Quick look inside the shell itself, a shallow cockpit, so hopefully the weight of this thing isn't as heavy as it looks. And there is the rear, but let's take a look at the star of the show, the chassis itself, and we do have 10 wheels. Look at that. Let's start at the front. Under the front axle is your guide, followed by some front lighting. Yes, this is digital, so we are running full lights, and we are talking digi, so we do have the digital chip in the center of this car, or truck I should say, and I will put up a photo showing the sensor from underneath. We do have an inline configuration, and this is driven by the rear axle itself, which that center axle is a floating axle. It can move up and down freely. So there you have it, really, really cool. And of course, it's the standard Carrera motor and the standard gearing, but what a wicked looking beast. So the time has come. Let's throw this thing around my track and let's see how quick I can get this beast going. Well, the verdict is in. How do Carrera's truckster perform around my track? And of course, I've cleaned the tyres, I've cleaned the track, and this thing needs to perform 5 clean laps to register a fastest lap, which was a 10.85, which I honestly can't believe because this thing is quite beastly. But it is fast and it drives really well. Through the corners it wanted to roll, but it does find itself resettle and then takes off like a rocket. Quick disclaimer, I did say there was 8 sets of tyres on the rear. There is 8 sets of tyres, but on each axle there's 2 tyres glued together. But of course, including the front, there is 10 tyres on this sucker. Do I recommend the truckster by Carrera? I do. As a collector, this is a no-brainer. There is another version of this, which I'll try and put a photo up. If I can get it, I will. I think this is quite incredible. As a racer, I would love to see this series. I do love trucks. I have got other brand trucks. This is really cool. So if you are a collector, no-brainer. If you're a racer, grab one and start a league. I would love to see some photos on Instagram and videos on YouTube of these things racing each other. And of course, if you are in Melbourne, Australia, I did purchase this from Metro Hobbies, so please support your local hobby shop wherever you are in the world. And of course, as always, at That Slot Car Guy on Instagram and YouTube. We are getting very close to 3K subs, so thank you very much, everyone, for your support. Be safe, take care, support your local. Ciao.